I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Maschiff. I've always loved dogs. As a young child, my grandmother always had a dog, and I was very attached to them. In adulthood, I've never lived in a big enough home to have a dog of my own, but I like visiting friends' dogs, and will even lose my mind at the sight of a big dog in the street. In media, dogs can be very easily deployed to tug at the heartstrings. In Dark Souls, no boss fight felt as painful as Sif the Great Grey Wolf. In John Wick, I don't care how high a body count Keanu Reeves accrues if he's avenging a dog. Even outside of media, on a school trip to the historic battlefields of World War I, the grave which finally brought the waterworks was the grave for a dead dog. Something about a dog's lack of human expression, but deep emotional intelligence, makes their sadness so much more palpable than even our fellow humans. The actor Bryan Cranston once said, "If you want the audience to cry, it's important that the character can't." Maschiff is a dark type, the rascal Pokemon, and it is a stockily built little brown dog with yellow highlights. It has a face which is attempting a scowl, but looks much more scared than scary. Pokemon Scarlet tells us, "It always scowls in an attempt to make opponents take it seriously, but even crying children will burst into laughter when they see Maschiff's face." Still, though Maschiff may not have the chops for intimidation, its bite is worse than its bark. Pokemon Violet tells us, "Its well-developed jaw and fangs are strong enough to crunch through boulders, and its thick fat makes an excellent defense." The name Maschiff uses the word mischief, and the Japanese name, Urachifu, uses Uratsuku, a term for a bit of a thug or troublemaker. For both names, the other component is Mastiff, a type of dog. Mastiffs include bulldogs and Rottweilers among many others, and tend to be the guard dogs and other tough breeds. Maschiff might not be up to scaring away intruders just yet, but it can become the big dog when, at level 30, it evolves into Mabosstiff. Bigger and more confident, Mabosstiff has darker fur overall, which is greying, particularly along the formerly blonde mohawk. The name is still based on Mastiff, though this is the boss of the pack. The Japanese name is Maftiff, making this a mafioso of a Mastiff. Pokemon Scarlet tells us, "This Pokemon can store energy in its large dewlap. Mabosstiff unleashes this energy all at once to blow away enemies." The dewlap is the dangling skin beneath the jowls of some dogs. Mabosstiff does have tremendous energy, and is a pretty tough Pokemon overall. Its unique ability, Guard Dog, makes it gain attack rather than lose it when hit with the Intimidate ability, a mainstay of competitive Pokemon. It also prevents Mabosstiff from being removed by moves like Roar, making it a reliable guard dog indeed. Of course, even the scariest looking dog will usually turn out to be full of love on the inside, and despite everything, Mabosstiff is the same. Pokemon Violet tells us, "Mabosstiff loves playing with children. Though usually gentle, it takes on an intimidating look when protecting its family." In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Arven has a Mabosstiff as his main partner Pokemon. His Mabosstiff was injured before the events of the game, and by tracking down the Titan Pokemon and the Herba Mystica, the player can help to restore the beast. As I said, it's easy and possibly even a little cynical, but "my dog is hurt" is the kind of motivation that instantly gets me on board with a character, and I was most definitely moved when I saw that pupper recover. Music for Luke Loves Pokemon is by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Writing, producing, and editing is all by me, Luke Summerhays. Funding is provided by lovely listeners, patreon.com/podcastio-podcastius. I love it when you guys get in touch. Hit me up on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN, and let me know your thoughts about our next monsters, Shroodle and Bramblin, or share your love for any Pokemon. Also, join me Friday nights from 8 PM UK time at twitch.tv/LukeLovesPKMN for my streams. Even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Maschiff, and remember, I love you too.